Like most of you, I didn't know what a perpetual motion machine was, so I had to Google it, and I came up with a theory for this chapter. Before we get into that, let's do our chapter review. We start off this week on where we picked up on last chapter, where Denji said he's gonna get them out of the world. And you can see the Denji's just running over here, and then you can see Yura and Asa, and they're just wondering to each other, like, why is he running? Like, what's he doing? Like, is there any idea to it? And then Yura's just like, oh, he's running away from reality. He's just becoming insane from like the other guy that was trying to climb the tree. And this is where my theory comes into play. So keep in mind what the purple motion machine is. So a purple motion machine is supposed to be a free source of energy. You know how it's always was supposed to pick up the water, go back. It's supposed to generate some form of energy. And this is why Denji running is very important for this chapter, just because at first I didn't understand what Denji was doing. Even the aging devil didn't even know what was going on, because he's like, why is Denji running? Like, he's weird. But before we get to that, you see that the aging devil just pops out, so she can pop out in and out of the world whenever it feels like it. And then she says to Denji that the reality of your situation is already sunk in. That's why he's going crazy. I'll give you a chance. And this is the biggest thing where my theory comes in. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. Your heart should be connected to the chainsaw man. In the real world, I want you to convince him to eat me. So my theory is, when I saw Denji talk about the partial motion machine, I was like, what is that? So I looked into a bunch of videos. I saw like 3-4 videos explaining what they are, and there was one perpetual motion machine that got me thinking. We know that Denji is by a lake. He's running around a lake, and this machine is going to be called, I don't know what it's called, but it's Bazooka's wheel. And the reason why that wheel is important is because the way that Denji's running in a circular motion, he's supposed to generate some energy. And if the aging devil says right here that the heart should be connected, so the only reason why the perpetual motion machines don't work in real life is because it puts too much energy into creating the energy rather than the output. Let's say, for example, it uses 5 volts in order to create energy. It puts out only 1 volt. But then if you're in a world where you can't age, you can't get hungry, you don't get anything. So Denji realized that he has unlimited motion, and the panels are really important in this, just because you get to see Denji run. And Fujimoto did this on purpose, just because he knows what's going on. If you are looking very deep into it, you can see, because there's no point of adding these many panels of Denji just running around. We don't know how long he's been running. Maybe he's running around for like 5 hours, or just barely started running. But the only difference is that he is running pretty quick, because you see in this panel right here that the ancient level is popping out of the tree, but then when you see in the next panels, he just sees a blur. So that shows that he's been running around for quite some time. And then the aging devil says that the only benefit it gets out of Pochita eating it is that a lot of kids are going to be dying, and then he's going to be able to get out of the world. And you get to see another panel of the trees running, of how fast Denji is running. Just a normal setup, like normal shot. Pochita's not going to kill aging devil it's not going to eat the aging devil just because it wants to die. He knows he's not going to want to kill children. And then we see another panel of the trees walking by. So it's just kind of like particle accelerator in some way. I don't know exactly how it works. I know particle accelerators are different from the partial motion machines. Then the aging devil says that he's optimistic, and then Denji's saying, oh, do you have a problem with that? And he's like, no, not really, I don't really care. And he's just surprised that he's able to move on so quick. And I was surprised as well, because he does say something which was, I thought it was a little bit out of line, but it makes sense. But even still, it's still kind of weird for Denji just to move on so quick after finding out. Maybe this is like in time, maybe this is like a week in the Chainsaw universe since he found out that Yura died, or Nutella. We get to see this shot of snow falling off from one of the trees. Maybe it can be with the whole speed and everything, because at some point, if you guys seen those NASCAR videos where they move so fast to the point where it's able to push people around, maybe that's the point where Denji got to. And like I said before, the only reason why partial motion machines don't work is because they don't put too much of an output. The energy is limited to whatever you put the input for. For example, with the bird thing, you can put the water, and then at some point it's gonna get to the point where it's not able to reach the water. So then that makes the whole thing just kind of useless, especially with something like water will put an input, it will put an output. But eventually when the input is no longer there, you have no more output. But then if you have an unlimited source of an input, in this case is Denji running around, if he's able to run around, he's making his heart beat faster. And if his heart is connected to Pochita's heart, like the aging devil said, he should be able to generate enough blood pumping through in order to wake up Pochita in the real world. So that's going to be for my theory. We're just going to continue reading on for the rest of the chapter right here. And then you can see the aging devil where he says that you already bounced back. You couldn't have loved her so much if you moved on so quick. And he's like, you know what? You don't know anything about our relationship. He says at some point he's going to find another family, which in this case Denji does move on pretty he still has like trauma from his past stuff, like Aki and Power, and then now this time Noyura and the pets. This is not the first time we've seen someone in Chainsaw Man move on so quick. We do had Rome or whatever her name, the eye patch girl. She's seen multiple people die as partners so many times that every time she sees a new person, she's always happy with them, but then at the same time she's like, I can't get too connected with them because they're gonna end up dying. So we've seen this before, especially with Kishibe. Every time he's not really that, like when he saw the new crew of Division 4, or I forgot the division that Denji was in, but the Fiend division, he gave the vibe as like, oh, these guys are gonna die pretty quick, I'm just gonna do my own thing, you know. So this is not the first time. Everyone in the Chainsaw world as a devil hunter, they already know the situation of their lives and the job they work for, so they just are pretty quick. If they've been in the game for such a long time, they kind of move on pretty quick. Denji's finally realizing the situation. He's just finally realized like, oh, okay, yeah, I can move on from this. I'll find a new family and they're gonna end up dying because of some devil or something. And then the aging devil says that Denji's kind of stupid because he does not know what she does not know what Denji is doing. I don't even know where Denji even learned how to create a virtual motion machine, because he's never been to school, so how does he know about that? Might have realized that since he is connected to Pochita's heart, he can just run around, so maybe that's where the connection came from, but I don't know where he even learned what a virtual motion machine is. And the next panel we get is, you don't think that you can run your way out of here, and you get to see the panels of Denji just running around, and he just stops running, and then he says, as for the final thing that he says, you're the stupid one, stupid, my escape plan's already in motion. So I think that's how Denji is going to be able to get out of there. Maybe he generated enough energy, since he does have unlimited input, he is able to somehow find a way to pump his heart, because he is sweating right here. Sorry if I was all over the place with this video. It was just, I really wanted to get my theory out there, because last week's chapter nothing really much happened, and then this one a lot of stuff happened. Not really, he's just kind of having a conversation with the agent devil, but it's more about the theory that I had. After I found out and started doing the research of a virtual motion machine, I'm like, okay, there's something going on here. Like, people should know about what Denji's thinking, because I was a little confused on what Denji was doing myself until I looked into it. So if you guys are trying to find out what Denji meant by his plans already in motion, it's just him trying to pump blood into Pochita's heart in some way, since they are connected. So in the next chapter, expect Pochita to awake and then beat Agent Devil while it is in that world. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I mentioned in my last video that I was gonna be including my favorite moments or favorite panels of the manga, but this chapter I didn't really have a favorite panel. I'm gonna be posting some fan art that I saw and I really enjoyed, and I wanted to share with you guys. And if you guys have any fan art that you guys want me to promote or post that in the video, just hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on Twitter, and I'll be sure to include you in the outro for the video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Alex, and take care.